Terry live stream that happens 5 days a week, every weekday, Monday through Friday. Newsman Terry, as I call it. So if you're just joining me looking for some breaking news, I got it today. We're not just talking about random stuff. Four, no, sorry. Now 7 hours ago, just about 7 hours ago, the UnitedHealthcare CEO, where the majority of Americans have to be insured through. It's funny it's called healthcare because if you can't afford it, there's really no care for your health. But who gives a shit what his name was? These CEOs are interchangeable, if you ask me. None of them are remarkable. None of them will go down in history. None of them make a difference in your life. Well, maybe one, maybe Enron Musk. But the majority of them, it's just a fraternity of white dudes that get passed around. The occasional DEI hire, and they just get passed around, fail or not. They get paid lumps of money. Lumps of money. But Midtown Manhattan, this United Insurance, that's what I'm gonna call it. There's no caring for your health in that industry. This dude was targeted. They're saying it was not a random attack. He was shot. United Health Insurance CEO shot and killed. It's crazy. It's crazy. And in one of the stories I put up, Reuters, Tim Waltz said he's sending love. Something. Tim Waltz, I guess, is from whatever state that they're home based in. And let me say this, they're sending all this love and compassion. Said he was a genuine guy. You know who I feel bad for? I feel bad for the millions of people who get denied health care services by his company because they can't afford it. I feel bad for the people who can't afford their co-pays. This guy was paid well enough that even if he survived, he went to the hospital. That wouldn't have put him in debt. Other people go through this every single day and they get buried in mountains of debt. So if you came here looking for some compassion, might not be the right place. Now, I am a man of God. Let me say that. I'm a man of God, so I got some empathy, but whew. I don't know. In unrelated news, you know the movies The Purge? I only seen the first one. I know the Purge series turned into like Sharknado. They just make a bunch of them on different Purge 4th of July, Purge Founding Father's Day, Purge Lincoln birthday. But official motivational quotes. Where are you? Where are you from? Where are you? Where are you from? With your obscure name. Official motivational quotes. I'm in New England, Salem, Mass. Talking about the UnitedHealthcare CEO who was shot and killed this morning on his way to an investor meeting. You can go on those. Most of those are public, and if you hold stock in any of them, you get invited to the calls. And that's where they tell you how quarter over quarter where our profits are rising, and I deserve a 7,000% raise. When this guy, apparently what cops are saying so far is that he was targeted. This was not a random run-up shooting, but this dude is targeted. And, I mean, what are you going to do? This country ain't going to get any better. So in Indian, nice. We're in India. But this CEO, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. I do news commentary. We try to keep it funny most of the time. But listen, the Purge movies, let's talk about that real quick. You know what I never understood about the Purge movies? How come it's always like these wealthy white people who are hunting poor people? If the Purge ever really happened, let me tell you something. The wealthy are going to gate their they're going to lock the gates of their communities, okay? There are way more of us working people than there are of them. And if they think that they're going to be hunting us down, they got another thing coming. Let me tell you that. If those movies were any sense of realistic. That's what I want to do. I want to make a Purge movie that's more based a little more in reality, where instead of like a zombie apocalypse, that's what the Purge would be, but it would just be working people going like the French Revolution style. It'll be working people go into the wealthiest communities, find the rich people, be like, yo, we're here for you. It would not be like those movies. Hey, what's up, Terry? Terry, you see the news about the United Health Insurance CEO targeted, shot, and killed in downtown Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan? What's up, Dinesh? Did not survive. And he was on his way to an investor call. And I'll just say, it's crazy. I don't know if he had kids. I feel bad for his kids, but let's be honest. You know who I really feel bad for? The people who can't afford their copays, who can't afford a hospital bill, who can't afford to go to the ER. That guy could afford it all. It's a statement. It's a statement what happened today. I think, there's a lot of people fed up because they're juicing us out of all our money, taking all our money. Oh, you want your luxury bones, your teeth taken care of? That'll be a lot of money, $2,000. And for some reason, people have accepted this. I reject it. I reject the whole, sounds like a personal thing. Yeah. And I could imagine United Health being the biggest insurer in America. I could imagine it's a personal thing. Just think about how many people they've denied healthcare or they've gate-kept healthcare because of costs. People in America won't call an ambulance because they're like, I can't pay that $5,000 ambulance bill. I can't pay. When you go to the ER here in America, just so you know, because I have Children's Hospital because we had to take my daughter to the ER. And I have Children's Hospital calling me saying, you owe this much. And I'm like, we paid the ER bill. And she's like, no, the doctor, you have to pay the ER, the hospital, separate from the doctor. The doctor in the emergency room is a separate charge. So at two different charge, it's just crazy. And somehow we've let them get away with it. And the politicians are like, yeah, it's fine. We got our state-funded healthcare. Don't worry. You guys will make it somehow. Or they don't care if we make it. But let this, maybe this is the shot heard around the CEO board table. Who knows? I don't know. But it's crazy. It was someone who worked for him or with him. I don't think it was from someone in the general public. Interesting. That's an interesting take. Yeah, I haven't really... Listen, I've had a kind of hectic day and I got a more hectic day. I'm going to dig more into this and I definitely want to talk more about this later this week. So Terry, please join again because that's something that I hadn't considered, but it's definitely not. This was in the reports, the few different things I've read. They said it was targeted. So I don't know if it was somebody I worked with or it was somebody in the know. But again, that net can be cast so wide because when you consider he was headed into an investor call, an investor meeting where they tell you how much billions of dollars they've made. Like if you have one stock in United Health, you know when the meeting is, what time, if you have stocks, they'll send you information on when the call is so you can get on the call or if you want to join. So, this wasn't at his home, this was a well-publicized thing he was going to. So I don't know if it's someone he works with or some disgruntled person who's like, your fucking insurance, I've already got it. Maybe this was a person who had a death sentence because they couldn't get the healthcare they needed. And they were like, well, fuck it. I don't know. Again, this is all hypothesis because we don't know. We do not know what happened, but it is a crazy story. I'll say that. He's probably about to announce something or call out someone big. No, I don't think this dude... Listen, these CEOs aren't the blow the whistle type, okay? I'll argue that point till I die. These CEOs aren't going to investor meetings to be like, I'm outing... Or he cheated on his partner, maybe. Listen, Terry, we've seen all the crime shows on Netflix and listened to all the crime podcasts. We know disgruntled lovers make up a majority of the people who commit these crimes, crimes like this, I should say, crimes of passion. But from what we know, he was shot in the back. So, listen, this wasn't a crime. The crime of passion is what? Choking someone. They're very intimate, they say, to commit a crime like that. So this dude was shot in the back. So I think it could have been someone who was maybe, it was a parent and United Health Insurance denied their kid some coverage. And it just sent this parent over the edge. I don't know. Again, we don't know. These are all hypotheses. But I like what we're working with, Terry. I think you and I will crack the case and then we'll let them go. I ain't making no citizens arrest on this one, I'll tell you that. There was another article too. I got to wrap up in a minute. I hate to say that because I got some stuff I got to do. I'll try to jump on later, but I'll definitely be on tomorrow morning. But there was another, speaking of crimes and all that stuff, another article that I linked down below because apparently ChatGPT, there's a London-based foundation or some kind of, public good research company. And they found that ChatGPT is like having a corrupt financial advisor in your pocket or on your desk, however you use ChatGPT. The Pinkertons have nothing on. Yo, what's up, Tarush? But this article, it's really fascinating. You should read about it and you should loosely explore this. This is not financial advice or any kind of advice on how to use ChatGPT. But as long as these bugs aren't patched, I'd like to see some action on it. Now, what they're saying is that ChatGPT will break down how to like money launder, how to commit crimes, how to do all this stuff. When I've utilized, maybe I'm using the wrong AI, smart intelligence, whatever you want to call it, the wrong chat assistant. But when I've used it, if you type something in, it will be like, oh, I'm not allowed to do that. Or like, this is illegal, so you can't do that. But apparently ChatGPT, what the quote was from the article, read it down below, is that it's like having a corrupt financial advisor. So if you want to like launder money, or I don't know what other crimes they were trying to run through the scenario or have it break down, like how do you do this? ChatGPT will break it down for you, which, I mean, this isn't new. Once the internet happened, the anarchist cookbook, if you remember that, that bound book, the physical book that had all these wild things in it, that was like from when I was growing up. You want to get your hands on the anarchist cookbook. But as soon as like the internet came up, people were sharing crazy stuff like that, and there's always been that. But it's just interesting that now we got AI to commit CrAImes. So listen, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Wild and crazy news. And tomorrow, when you had that book, yeah, Terry, you know that book, that was a good one. But listen, I'm gonna follow up on this story. I want to stay tuned. I wonder if the shooter's gun was named the guillotine. Who knows? But craziness. The United Health Insurance CEO shot before an investor meeting. Didn't make it. Anyways, I gotta go. So hit the notification bell so you can join me when I go live either tomorrow or later tonight. I appreciate you, Terry. Good to see you. Tarush, good to see you. And thanks for the insights, Terry. We'll see. You and I will follow up on this one. We'll see what leads come of this news story. All right, guys. Peace.